Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Yes.
Okay, hi. Is there noise in the background?
Still, sir is muting everyone, I think. He's
Okay.
trying to.
Is there noise in the background that you hear?
Yes, yes.
I mean, you are hearing my voice clearly, or
Yes, yes, it is. Your voice is audible.
and there is no noise of fan or anything, right?
No, that it is there. Little bit I can hear, but when you're speaking, that is audible. I mean,
Okay.
it's okay.
So, will you be moderating this
Uh,
session?
Ma'am, we have given time of 11 o'clock. So I think
Yeah.
we'll start at 11.
Yeah. I'll switch off the fan so that it is clear. So, can you see my
Ma'am,
screen?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, till we start, whether you will stop your screen, I'll share one PPT. After that,
Okay.
when will start,
Okay.
then you share your PPT.
Sure. I'll say stop share. Yes.
Welcome, Malke sir. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yes.
Malke sir is in. Uh, Malke sir आले इथून.
Okay, okay. Then should we start or we should wait for 15 minutes? Sir? Hello. Mawale, sir.
11 वाजता सुरू करू म्हटलं 11.
Okay, okay.
यश एक थोडं पेन दे बघू इकडे. मावळे सर.
Yes. Yes sir.
मावळे सर.
हाँ sir. एक मिनिट. Yes sir. Hello.
इथंच आहे सांगत आणि
Yes sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग म्हटलो.
Good
आलो मी.
morning. हो.
सर सर येणार आहेत ना?
सर येतो म्हटले थोड्या वेळात म्हणजे तुम्ही कॉल करता सरांना?
Yes, आपण थोड्या वेळाने करू 5 मिनिटाच्या अगोदर.
हा ठीक.
हा चालेल.
Hello, Priti ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Our respected principal, sir, Bormane sir, has also joined the session. Dr. D.S. Bormane sir, we welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Good morning, Priti Munshi, madam.
Good morning, sir.
Navle madam? Hello? Navle madam? Hello?
Yes, sir.
We can start the session.
Okay, sir. स्टार्ट करायचं. Hello. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for this webinar on Leadership Development in Women Professional Entrants. Webinar is in association with Institution of Engineers, Principal Global Services, Pune and Rotary Club of Pune Synergy, organized by Institution of Engineers, Student Chapter ENTC Engineering, AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune. I welcome Mrs. Priti Munshi, Madam, Senior Delivery Manager, member of Rotary Club Pune Synergy. I take an opportunity to introduce Ms. Priti Munshi, ma'am. Mrs. Priti Munshi, ma'am, is currently working as a Senior Delivery Manager in Principal Global Services. She has 19 plus years of experience in corporate world, has been leading different teams throughout her career. She has done her engineering in electronics and telecommunication. She has worked with software giants like IBM and TCS. Earlier, she has won leadership awards for the best innovation idea, and also been awarded as a part of winner team for Code Jam event in her current organization. Mrs. Priti ma'am has started taking trainings for women employees since last 4 to 5 years to groom up them for taking up leadership roles in the corporate. Women have some particular traits which they should groom and work upon to be a successful leader. Mrs. Priti Munshi ma'am is helping the college students and women employees to brush up their skills to give them the courage to take the stage in corporate world. We welcome you, ma'am, for this webinar. Now I request our head of the department, Dr. D.G. Bhalke sir, to say a few words.
Okay, thank you, Navle madam. Once again, I welcome Mrs. Priti Munshi madam, who is a Senior Delivery Manager IT Services, and she is also the member of Rotary Club of the Pune Synergy. And this specific seminar is organized for the women entrant who want to enter into the corporate life. She has been longly associated with our institute, and she is taking a lot of training for the women who want to enter into the professional life. So all of you know that the gender should not be a factor in whether or not a person can be a great leader. A person's leadership ability should depend on their individual strength and the personality traits. However, in many cases, women are not encouraged to take on the leadership roles as often as they're the male counterparts. Mostly women are doing the multitasking at home as well as in the corporate life. So for that, this particular program is organized. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Nitin Maure, who is taking a lot of effort for organizing such type of the activities for the each and every part of the society, for the women, for the student, for girl student, for the professionals. We're taking a lot of ENTCs coming with a lot of webinars for taking benefit of this lockdown. So I also wish so all the women to take benefit of this and they can utilize these skills in their corporate life. Thank you very much.
Now I request our respected principal sir, Dr. D.S. Bormane sir, to say a few words and guide us.
Good morning, everybody. I personally and on behalf of SSMS Society and SSMS College of Engineering, welcome Mrs. Priti Munshi for this today's webinar on leadership development in women professional entrants. I really appreciate NTC department, HOD Dr. Balke, Mr. Maule, Mrs. Naule, and all other faculty members taking a lot of efforts and conducting different activities. And this is a special activity, so I appreciate them to especially arranging this activity for women only. And I welcome all the women, girls, and for this particular seminar. And definitely they will get some good inputs from madam. So without wasting much time, once again I congratulate HOD and his team. And welcome, Priti Madam, and over to Navle Madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Preeti ma'am to take over the session.
Okay. Thank you, Navle madam. Thank you, Principal sir, HOD sir, and Maure sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk to your students today. It is really my privilege, and I have been associated with AISSMS earlier as well, and it was always a great experience to come to your college and teach students over there, interact with them. So thanks for providing me this opportunity at larger scale than what we do normally. So thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now you can share your screen. I'll stop sharing this.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Hello. So is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we are all set for today's session. And thank you, participants, for joining and taking out time for attending this session. So as all of you set the context right, so it is leadership development program for girl students or women professionals who are entering into the world of profession. They are just completing their graduation and entering into a new world. So this is where we would need some support or some guidance where how to succeed as a leader. And by leader, I do not mean always by designation or the role you are assigned as a leader. It is always by your body language, by the way you portray yourself. That is the leadership that I am talking about. So I'll start with my introduction here. So as ma'am has already introduced me, I'm working as a senior delivery manager in Principal Global Services, and earlier I have started my career in 2001 as a fresher in TCS, and that is where that is the company I grew up as a module lead, then project lead, and project manager. And after that, I joined IBM. Where I was working as a business area manager, where I was taking care of a big team over there and got to learn a lot of things in terms of client interactions. I got a few on-site opportunities where it was a good opportunity to interact with people from outside India as well. So that is how my career graph looks like. It is mainly in software industry. After that, I joined a startup company where we were creating mobile applications for our clients, and I was working as a business development manager over there. So that was also a good learning for me and opportunity to show my leadership skills as well as technical skills over there. Last 3.5 years, so in 2016, I joined Principal Global Services as delivery manager, and I have been associated with this company for, as I said, 3.5 years, and it has been a great stint. I received a couple of leadership awards at organization level, as well as some awards for innovation, and as ma'am mentioned, a couple of more forums as well. And I'm really proud to share this achievement with this group. And I wanted to kind of carry this context in this session as well, why I'm talking about all these achievements and the career that I had till now. On the personal side, I am married to Tushar. He's a successful entrepreneur in chemical world, and I have two kids, a 14 years old son and 11 years old daughter. So that is all about me. Now I'll move on with my presentation, and we can talk about you now. So I'm assuming that we have most of our, as I cannot see all of you, so most of our girl students who are either in third year, final year, who are ready to get into the corporate world and new world that is there all set for them. You can join a new company, or you can form your own company. You can join a family business. You have maybe made some plans for yourself, study abroad, or work abroad, or anything, right? So you have your own dreams already planned for yourself, and then you are taking all your technical trainings for that, right? So there are hard skills and soft skills. So your institute is working with you, your lecturers are working with you to groom your hard skills, where you are learning your engineering or whatever profession or whatever course you are attending today. But along with this, there is a need of soft skills training as well, or learning those soft skills either on the job, in your day-to-day life, or through such sessions wherever you can, and learn from the experience of people. So I'm sitting here, I'm not an kind of expert in all these subjects or all the areas over here, but I am going to speak out of my experience, and how did I reach here, or what all things helped me to climb up the ladder and to reach to a certain level. So that is the experience sharing that I am going to do, and give some pointers to you meanwhile, in so how can you actually um, be there and portray yourself as a leader. So I would say we are kind of lucky. I'm not sure why. Is my screen visible properly? Okay. Um, so I would say, to start with, we are so lucky in to be in this world, unlike our previous generation. As girls, as women, we got many opportunities. We got to learn, we got to study, we got to go to college and school, and now we are here, where it is time for all of you to join a new world, and new corporate world. But let me tell you a bitter truth, or what I call it, as really a sad situation out there, that the top level management board, or the group of top level senior leadership, has very few women across the world. So I'm not talking only about the situation in India or some of the companies. It is across the world. The number of women sitting at the table in board of management is very less. And I'm going to share some statistics with you in the next slide, where I'll be showing you some numbers, how do they look like, and where do women stand. So let us, I'm just setting the context over here. Why are we having this kind of a program only for women? Okay, because all of you, all your male colleagues as well, male counterparts as well, going to get into a new world along with you all. Then why do we need this kind of discussion or session only for women? So let me tell you one thing, that the leadership programs that are there in which are developed generally in corporate or anywhere, so they are based on some studies that are there, right? So what leadership actually is all about, what do we need to groom and everything. So that is historically based on the study that are done on male psychology, or how do men react to situations and all. So that is a very implicit part of it, right? So no one actually explicitly thought about it, okay, let us include women psychology in it. So we, through such talks and discussions, we can just share some things, some of the traits that women possess, and we have to work on that. I'm not saying in this session today we are going to address each and everything and we are going to be great leaders at 12:30, and we are going to walk out of the room like successful leaders. So I'm not saying that at all. I'm just going to introduce you to some of the traits that you need to pay attention to and work upon. Keep that at back of your mind, and always work on that, even subconsciously. So I'm going to give you some exercises as well. So I enjoy this program more when we are sitting next to each other, and kind of I'm talking to the girls, and it is really enjoyable that way. But here also I have tried to kind of have this PPT in such a way where I can pose some questions. I can ask you to do some exercises at even after this session is done. Okay. I'll just start with some of the very basic thing that is there in our mind when we have to go in front of the audience and talk about it. So the end, what you want, what I want you to carry from this particular program is how to take the stage and portray yourself as a leader. So when you are in office, your or in workplace, your body language reflects your character, and having a character of leader will win over your audience. Okay, so I hope you all agree with me on that. So every day we are on stage. It is not that once in a year there is a program arranged, event arranged, and now I have to go on stage. It is not like that. So I'm talking about the everyday kind of a stage, which can be a boardroom, which can be a meeting room, which can be a conference hall. You are attending a phone call, video conference call with your client, or with someone. So a stage can be even an elevator where you meet your peers and your bosses over there, or a restaurant table where you are talking to your colleagues, and they are actually watching your character, and how do you portray yourself. So the point is to realize that these are the stages, or these are the opportunities that you get, where we can actually inspire others to believe in our ideas. So just wanted to get that message really clear. Why are we here, why are we attending this particular session, and why do we sit here? So I will just start with a very basic thing here, where so in I as I told you, I joined TCS in 2001 as a fresher, and at that point of time there were a lot of Y2K projects going on, right? 2001 year. And I was also working on one of the project which was a Y2K project, Y2K related project. And at that point of time, very obviously, and I'm sure most of you will relate with me, that I did not have that I actually lacked the confidence of communicating in clear English uh, with people, especially with the clients from outside India, or whom I have to understand the accent and then express my thoughts, right? So this is the stage most of us are sometime or the other. And then from there, at that point, I did not get any guidance or any program like this to overcome my shortcomings or my problems. But I have learned it on the job and really a hard way, how to overcome such issues and how to face these things. And let me tell you one more thing here. So the problem of communicating in English or any other language than your mother tongue is a very common issue. Okay. I was taking a session again in the college for these girl students, and some of them were trying to talk really well. They were actually fluent in English, but other girls who are not that confident about the language were not able to speak, not even coming in front, not even kind of trying to express their thoughts. So this is one of the things which we need to accept and work on this. So I'm not going to take any English class over here, obviously, but this is one of the very important points that we all face at the start of our career. So I am sure I think we have students from all the colleges over here, and many people, you all will agree with me. You can maybe put in the chat if that is allowed over here. But yes, so that is one of the things that I wanted to share to start with, that these are the things which we have to accept. So I'm not going to give you a solution right away for everything, but as I said, these are the things which we need to accept and face it. Okay. uh, as I was telling you, let me share the statistics with you. Yeah. Okay. um, Interesting statistics. Okay. uh, what happens is, 30% of women enter the technology workforce. Okay. So if there are 70 boys who are joining, there are 30 girls who are joining in that fresher batch. That is approximate kind of approximate statistics or numbers that we have today. And at fresher level, at tier 1 level or first level, there are 30 girls. Then when I go to the top senior management level, it remains only one or two, or not even that. So it is only 8.5% that we are talking about. So women occupying senior roles are only 8.5%. So we start with a okay percentage. 30% is not even kind of very encouraging, but we start with okay percentage, and then we go down and down, and it is uh, 8.5%, which is very discouraging. So let me share some stats from Europe. So there, Europe is highest with 28% or around that, and US has 22%. So we in India are ranking at 23 out of these 56 countries for which they studied for women leadership presence. So these are the numbers I just wanted to share. And why is this happening? So we are here, we are trying to kind of know the reason and work upon that. It is not that we will address each and every question, obviously, but we will kind of try to understand the root cause why women tend to not go forward or raise their hands whenever needed, ask for promotions, ask for opportunities, ask for on-site travel. So why do we don't do that? So we'll just talk about it, obviously. I have Okay. Now this 8.5% is not that encouraging, I understand, but what if our percentage increases? So we have some other kind of study as well. So the next number shows us that 66% higher performance. So if we have more female board members, then the performance of the company is increasing by 66% on their invested capital. So that is one of the study that is shown. And this is more encouraging, that people think that 83% increase in ability to innovate if we have inclusive committee members in our board. So that is why those two numbers on the right side are projecting what we might get if we have more senior members in the team, senior women members in the team. So and these are the numbers where 30%, I think you all will fall in that 30% bracket, where you all will be joining the technology world and your respective corporate worlds. I have one more interesting number over here. I have not put it on the slide. So when freshers join the company, it is observed that 57% of male candidates are negotiating for their salaries. Okay, and only 7% of girls are negotiating for their salaries. Why is such a huge difference that we see over here? uh, are we not negotiating for our skills? We are not worth it? Or it is just that, okay, you are giving me job that is enough for me, and let me now put my 100% and let me do all the hard work to prove myself? So it is the negotiation for yourself. It is not for the salary. It is for your skills. It is for your worth that you are negotiating, and not for your salary. So those are again the numbers that I wanted to share, and not so encouraging again. So yeah, so these are the things which we see around the corporate world, or around the industry, across all the businesses, across all the countries, most of the developing countries, I would say. So that is why we need something of this sort, where we need to talk about this topic, or we need to talk about things which will make our girls, our women, to succeed in their respective areas. Okay, I'll just move on to my next slide. So what are all the contents for today? We have four chapters or four modules that I'm going to talk about. The first one is, of course, take the stage, and I have talked already about it. That what does it mean, and what do I mean when I say take the stage? How do we kind of make our girls to take the stage? How do we help them to do that? Then there is another chapter, or second chapter, that is strong script, where you are mentally ready to take the stage. You are mentally there. You are physically can go ahead and talk about, I mean, ready to go there in front of everyone. But what are you going to talk about, so that people take you seriously, people actually perceive you as a leader, or or consider you as a strong personality, who is kind of can portray your thoughts. So you need to have that strong script in the professional world if you have to present your ideas or talk like a leader. Obviously, power of your voice. I think no one will deny that if I present my content with a very timid voice, and a very chirpy voice, or a very bubbly voice, that those are the adjectives that are there for the women, right? For the girls, you are very bubbly, you are very cute, and all that. But we have to kind of surpass those things at some stage of our lives. Okay, girls, we are okay to be bubbly, and to be chirpy, and to be very friendly at some till some point of your life. But when you are in your workplace, and really trying to communicate and portray yourself well, then it is very important to have your character portrayed as a leader. Okay, so and your voice will help you, obviously, to do that. And dynamic presence. So I'm going to talk about some body gestures, and the language, and the dressing, and stuff like that, which is going to help you to project yourself well in your peer group as well. Okay, so this is my content of the day. Okay, so let's get started with take the stage. So I have just deliberately kind of done some English language research over here. So take the stage is a idiom in English, which means to walk onto the stage. Okay, so which is very obvious. Take the stage, walk onto the stage. But what does that mean in real life? Okay, what does it mean in for us? It is not only taking the stage, it is actually kind of it is not only taking the stage, it is owning the stage for yourself. It is owning what you actually mean, would convey that as a leader. um, I'm going to kind of ask you some questions here, and trying to ask you what do we actually feel. So I did not want to change my original content a lot for this webinar. So we are not only talking about taking the stage physically, but it is like taking the stage mentally, and be there in the moment. So what do we actually want to address over here? So what all are the challenges that women face when they are trying to come in front of the audience to say something, or just asking a question in a meeting room or a boardroom or on a phone call? So are there anything that we can work upon, or how do we actually do that? Okay, so let us talk about some of the challenges that we face as a person sitting over there in the meeting room, or if someone asks you, okay, do you want to kind of come forward and talk about yourself? Okay, so you can see this pink ribbon on the right side, where I have put why, what, and how. So what does that mean is, why are we talking about this topic? So what are the challenges? So challenges are the kind of things, or the challenges are the things for which we are working, and that is why we are working on this particular topic. So this is our why. Okay, let us talk about the challenges one by one. Okay, is someone trying to say something? I can hear some noise.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, uh, talking up the ladder in the organization. So when have you heard about this elevator discussion or elevator talk? So what if you're working in an organization, and you're stuck in elevator with your CEO? Okay, how do you strike your conversation? How do you strike the conversation over here and take it forward? Do you have that courage to do that, or how will you actually take it? So that is one observation. So whatever challenges that I'm going to show here are mainly come through studies and some references and some books that have been referred. So these are the actual challenges that we women face in our day-to-day work life. Okay, so this can very well go up to the college life as well. Whenever you are talking to your seniors, or your professors, or whoever is up in the ladder in your organization. So women are not so good in doing that, in striking those conversation, and that is one of the challenge that we have to work upon. Profile self and achievements. What does this exactly mean? Is all about talking about yourself. So you might have heard my introduction in the beginning, and there was a purpose behind giving that introduction so elaborate, and having so many details around that, and listing down all my achievements over there. So this is a very well common observation from girls that is coming, that we do not portray ourselves or profile ourselves very highly when we are talking to when we are introducing ourselves. Okay. This I will just share an example over here, or my experience over here, where I was taking a session in the college, and I did not have any background for them about the introduction part, and I just asked them whether they can actually introduce themselves. And then they just started, okay, I'm Priti Munshi, I'm working in the final year of electronics and telecommunication, and I'm from Pune. That's it. Okay. What does this introduction actually tell about you? Will I, as a trainer, as a third person, will actually remember about you when I may not even remember your name when I'm talking to 40 students. Okay. But this is how the introductions happened. Everyone was talking about themselves and introducing themselves. And after I asked them to kind of list their achievements and how to profile themselves well and everything, everyone started to count in their achievements. And one girl came up and said, okay, I'm a hockey player, I have played national level hockey, I have achieved so much, I have so many medals and everything. And then I remembered her name. I remembered, okay, this is the girl who is a hockey player. So this is just a kind of mapping I am doing with your corporate world as well, right? So if you are introducing yourself in a meeting or to new people, to your clients, to your new manager and everything, so when you count in your achievements, when you count in your qualities, your good points to them, they will remember you as that person. Okay. So it is very important for us to kind of always talk about it and always portray it, so that people remember you as a leader. I mean, leader, when I'm talking a term leader over here, it is not necessarily the leader up in the chain, but it is the character that you portray for yourself. Okay. I hope you agree with me on this point on the introduction part, because I have experienced this quite a few number of times. So maybe people can raise hands, right? So they can do that at least. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, so I have a few. Thank you, girls. Thank you very much for this. This is quite encouraging because I cannot see you, and this response is very encouraging for me. Please keep on doing that. Um, okay, so confronted with aggression is one of the challenge, and I have removed the word male aggression. Okay, so confronted with male aggression, how do we actually react in corporate world? So we will kind of talk about it, or I'll cover that uh, in a while. So confidence to take the stage. Okay. Are we really ready and really there to take the stage, or that how do we build that confidence? So we are going to talk about how, but this is one of the challenge that is faced by our women community over here. And some of the business situation where we are not confident at all to come forward and talk about it. Okay, I'll share one more experience over here. So I was attending one session, and the moderator, so it was a room filled with audiences and people. It was a kind of moderated session, and the moderator said, okay, now last two questions. We will be taking only last two questions, and that's it, as we are coming to the end of the session. So both men and women in the room raised their hands saying, okay, I have a question. And after those two questions, uh, it was supposed, I mean, no one was supposed to raise the hands, right? But what happened, there were a few men sitting in the audience who raised their hands. Okay. And speaker actually felt, okay, there is an urgency to answer these questions as well, and moderator took two more questions. Okay. And I observed one thing, that in those people who were raising hands, there were no women. Okay. We don't grab opportunities going out of the way. Okay. So this is just a very simple observation that I wanted to share, that why don't we raise hand always? Why can't we be there? Even it shows that business situation what was there, and what was the confidence level of, because following rule is a different thing, right? Following, we all follow rules, and as women we are more sincere to follow rules. Okay, two questions ho gaye, abhi nahi. So we do not want to raise the hands, right? but uh, but those questions were answered. So when, what if it is a kind of promotion situation, when people, when you are told, okay, now only next two promotions will happen, and all of you raise hands and two people get picked, and okay, no raising hands please. But still some of the people raise hands and say, okay, I have done so much of good work, I want this promotion. And then the person says, okay, let us accommodate one more person maybe because he has done extraordinary job. But have you not done that as a woman employee? So keep that situation in mind, where you are, you are kind of looking out for those opportunities in such kind of situations, where actually you should be. Okay. And fear of judgment, who doesn't have that? A male or a female, who, everyone has that. So when I'm walking to the stage and talking about something, I will always have this thing in mind, that okay, how am I looking, am I ready with my script, do I present? Okay, do you know what does it call? I mean, we can call it as a inner crow that is sitting on our shoulders. So women mostly have this inner crow sitting on their shoulder and talking continuously. Okay, don't go there, you're not looking good, you are not wearing good clothes today. So this is the inner crow which is coming with you everywhere in every situation. So you need to control this for your success. Okay, so you need to shut this grow up for your success. And for women, this is a very very important thing, that the second mind in your head, which is always talking to you, saying, no, you cannot do this, or what will people say, will I be judged, will I be falling flat on my face if I do this? So these things are more to women than men. So please try to shut this grow up and work on your own judgment, work on your own confidence, so that you can actually kind of portray yourself as a leader. Okay. So I have some questions over here, so I would request Maure sir to launch the poll, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'll launch the poll.
Okay.
So participants, you can give your answers in 1 minute. Okay, last 10 seconds. So again, I will give another 10 seconds because some of the participant has not yet submitted. So we'll take another 10 seconds. Hurry up. should I close? Priti madam?
Yes, I
Then
cannot see the.
already 678 out of 908
Okay.
given the poll. So I
Okay.
think we should wait for another 15 seconds so
Okay.
that everybody will
Yeah, sure.
participant hurry up. Okay, I am stopping now. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
So should I share the result?
Yes, please.
Can you see the result?
Yes, I can see it. Okay. So 49% are saying that yes, women are reluctant to come forward and take the stage. Okay. And 30% are saying yes, moderately, maybe, kind of a thing. Partially 20%, and no 7%. Okay. Cool. I think that is very much in alignment with what we are talking about. So we are 50% of audience is actually saying that we are reluctant to take the stage when it comes to us taking that opportunity and just taking the stage whenever we can. Thank you, sir, and thank you, audience.
Should I stop?
Yes, please. So we will have this result later to kind of refer to. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So good. Thank you for your responses. I think this is going to help us. At least we can interact in some way. I can kind of understand what you actually feel about the things. We are actually, I mean, 20, 30, and 49. If I see this result, you feel in some way or the other, that means 90% of my audience is feeling today that in some way or the other we are reluctant to take the stage, come forward and take the stage whenever given an opportunity. Okay, so thank you for reflecting the thoughts, ladies. Let me go back to the presentation, and we will kind of talk about some of the challenges that we face. I'll just minimize this. Okay. Uh, so can you think of a time when you were reluctant, hesitant to take the stage? Okay. So as we cannot talk to each other a lot, I want you to I mean, whichever device you have, or a pen or paper you have, or anything that where you can note down, or you can just note down in mobile as well. So can you think of any such situations where you were provided an opportunity to take the stage to talk about something, but you did not do that? And why didn't you do that, or what was the reason? Or I mean, we are just doing some introspection. Till today we knew about some things. Okay, we are facing some issues, but today we are going to clarify those things. Okay. Today we are going to talk about these things in the public forum and work on it, on how to overcome that. Okay. So I'm just uh, posing more questions to you, and the only intention is to have that introspection and have that thought process triggered in all of you, that where do I stand today in terms of those leadership qualities, and do I really do this every time I get an opportunity? Okay. As a girl, were you discouraged from standing out? So sometimes it comes to our upbringing as well, ladies, that we as girls are mostly doing some kind of supporting roles, or kind of having those things kind of suppressed within, that if I go forward as a girl, I may face a failure in something or the other. And that is how sometimes the childhood plays in mind, or things are like that. So it is not with everyone, obviously. I'm just telling in general, and these things can happen to us. So we are just trying, with these questions, I want all of us to introspect on what problems do I pose, or what problems do I have to address to take the stage, okay, and portray that character of a leader. I am talking about this again and again, so that it is fixed in our mind that I have to take the stage and portray the character of leader. I have to take the stage and portray the character of leader. So this is the thing which I am deliberately talking again and again. So it is not because I'm filling up something, or these are my fillers. I am actually talking about it. Okay. What business situation make you uncomfortable? I know you are kind of still in college, and now kind of you're not exposed to the corporate world yet, or you must have done some internships and attended some interviews and all. So business situations, meaning you imagine yourself in a meeting room talking to people, your seminars, your group discussions, whatever these kind of situations where you are put in. How comfortable are you over there, and if not, why? Is it the confidence level? Is it the fear of judgment? Is it talking up the ladder to those examiners, or to seniors? Or so these are the challenges that we have to work upon. We have to do that introspection for ourselves. What I'm going to do here, I'm just trying to first pose these questions, and then I'm going to give some pointers to you, so that you can overcome these issues. Okay. What is the biggest fear you have of standing out? Just think to yourself, girls. What is the biggest fear? Is it that my language, my articulation, my vocabulary, my thoughts, clarity of thoughts that I might have, or any other thing that is holding you back from standing out in that situation? What is the difference between aggressive and assertive? Would you rather be liked than admired? Okay. I want okay, we'll do that later maybe. So what is the difference between aggressive and assertive? There is a long discussion that can happen on this topic, I know, because I have done that once in college, and girls really put forward a lot of points. Okay, this is assertive, this is aggressive. A lot of examples were given, and we as girls need to be assertive enough so that our points are heard and taken seriously. Okay, I am not talking about aggression over here. Aggression is a different thing that you need to show it sometimes as well, and so that is a different story altogether. But assertiveness is very important. Assertiveness is a kind of firmness that you have to talk with. The kind of the confidence that you have to talk with, that is the assertiveness that we are talking about. Okay, so would you be rather be liked than admired? Okay, this is a very interesting point, right? As ladies, somehow we like to be liked, right? We want people to like us. We want people always want to be soft to everyone, saying, okay, you are also good, you are also good, but I am also good, kind of a thing. So that is the natural instinct that we might have, which we need to work upon. I'm not saying we cannot leave our natural instinct at all. We should not do that. Then we are not ourselves. But in the professional world, you have to have that strength to say no, to kind of push things away from you if you do not like it. And so for that you will have to be strong enough to kind of retaliate or to kind of say no, as I said. So it is the assertiveness that I'm talking about, and getting admired for the professional intent and professional work, than being just a human who is kind enough, who is very helpful, who does everything. I don't have to do anything, she will take care of everything. So she's a doer kind of a team member in the team, so that no one feels bad about it. I cannot say no to anyone, so if all the work is upon me, so that kind of liking from the team members I don't want, for sure. I want to be admired for my work, for my hard work, for my achievements. Okay. So these are some of the questions that I wanted to ask you. Do you think others view you negatively when you are confident? I'm sure you must have faced this situation, girls, when you are talking with a lot of confidence and going there and taking the stage actually, and then someone will kind of definitely there will be some comments, or there will be something that might hold you in such situation. So yeah, I want to have some raised hands on this, if you agree with this point. Do you think that this has happened to you? You are very confident. So okay, so those 7% girls who said no, not at all, ladies are not reluctant to take the stage. So my 7% audience, I want to ask them, if you are confident enough and take the stage every time you get an opportunity, do people talk negatively, or do people view you negatively about that? So I want to ask those 7% girls as well, and I'm getting those raised hands, already 150 raised hands I can see. So thank you, girls, for that. And I know you are with me, and you are kind of, your thoughts are aligned with me, and I'm so happy to see this like this right now, and not personally. I can see 175 hands. Thank you very much, girls. So we are all in alignment over here. Okay, so here is what we can do. Thank you very much. Okay, here is what we can do. Now we are going to talk about some of the steps that we can take to overcome the fear and take the stage. Okay, so how, the how part of it, we talked about why, we talked about what, and now we are talking about the how part of it. Okay, develop a mindset that views every situation as an opportunity to inspire, influence, and motivate others. Okay, so I have been talking about it since my start of the presentation, that every situation that you get in, or the opportunity that you get, is treat it as an opportunity to inspire or influence people. Okay, what does that mean? I talked about the meeting room situation, I talked about the conference call or video call that you are getting into. So how do we actually get into that mindset, or this is by practice things are going to happen, girls. Okay, so we need to develop a mindset that views every situation as an opportunity. So you are sitting in a meeting room. I know we had a group of girls, and to tell you that in this session of mine there are only girls. Okay, there are only girls sitting in front of me, and still the courage that I see from those girls coming forward and talking, and that is an opportunity for them to talk to their peers. So there are girls from, say, third year, fourth year, and different branches, and they that is an opportunity for them to influence their peers, to influence and talk to motivate their peers, and portray their character. Okay, I'm a hockey player, I have played national level. Who knows apart from your close circle, or your teammates, or your classmates? So it is an opportunity to portray your achievements to entire college. Okay, so this is an opportunity to kind of come forward whenever you are going forward in any situation. It is an opportunity for you to inspire others, or to talk about yourself, to portray your character as a leader. Okay, so just remember about these points I'm going to tell you. I hope, I mean, you can just note it down or just have some highlights noted down for yourself. Again, become confident highlighting your accomplishments. This is what we have been talking about. Give your introduction in such a way and all. So I will just share one more experience over here. So before that, I'll do a time check. How are we doing here? So we are at 11:58. Okay. uh, Madam, how are we doing? Do we want to uh, go forward a little faster? We
Still
have
12:30, we have time till
we have
12:30
till
more.
half an hour. We have half an hour more, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Priti
Yes.
madam, you can continue. No issue. This time can be extended.
Okay. 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 I'll just be cautious more about time now. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I'll just quickly share one experience, because more than these points, I want to talk about my experiences so that you get to learn something out of it. Okay. So while in IBM, we had to fill up some package or a document, 8 to 9 pages document. Those are there, and that is there for your if you want to get qualified for your promotion. Okay, so I have to kind of list down the things which I have done in last say 2 3 years or more, that I have done so many things, and please give me promotion, kind of a thing. So get qualified for promotion if your package is approved. Okay, so one of my male colleagues came to me and asked, okay, are you feeling that package now, because it has been some years that you have been promoted last and all. I said, no, I'm not ready for the promotion. What I have done in last 2 years, I don't even remember. If I can, I really can highlight that and all. So I may not fill this package this year. I will wait for some time and all. So and he is junior to me 1 year, and he said, no, I'm filling up the package, and it was for the same level that I was on. And then he said confidently, no, no, I'm filling the package up, and I will be kind of competing for the promotion race and all. So I thought to myself, okay, I have been kind of working here for some time, and 1 year senior to this guy. Then why am I not thinking about filling the package and going for promotion? So I just kind of thought about it, and kind of revisited my achievements for last 2 years, and seen what work I have done, what all things I have achieved and everything. And I thought, I have a lot of things to talk about. I have done so many trainings, I have done so much learnings in technology and everything. So there are so many things to talk about. Then why am I not filling up that package and kind of competing for the promotion? And I actually did that, and I got promotion after some time. So this is something that we have to work upon ourselves, as ladies, and not to undermine the not to underestimate ourselves. So what if I don't feel that I deserve the promotion? Who else is going to feel that? Okay, who else will come to me and say, okay, I will give you promotion because you deserve it? Who will feel that if I am not feeling, so I am not asking for promotion? Then who else will do that? So this is, ladies, this is up to us to come forward and talk about it, and feel so within. That is very, very important. The accomplishments that we have till today, cherish them, talk about them, publish them, or nurture them. If you have some skills, you have to have that that kind of light burning in yourself, that okay, I can do that, kind of a thing. And then only it will come out, otherwise it won't. Okay. uh, Create a character for yourself that reflects the leadership qualities you admire. What all are the leadership qualities you admire, ladies? Can you think of it? Maybe we can have some poll later. So uh, It can be from men, women. So let me tell you, this session is not for men bashing, or we are not saying that men are bad, or they are not doing good job. Not at all, Maure sir. So this session is only for identifying traits in women and how can we work on that. Okay, so it is not for kind of showing men low and women high. No, not at all. It is not going to happen. We are equals, and when we work together, things are going to happen. So the leadership, when I'm saying leadership qualities, then it can be men, women, whatever leadership qualities you admire. For example, it can be honesty, it can be transparency, it can be the way you lead, or the way leading by example. You do it first and then tell it to the team to do. You learn it first and then kind of ask the team to learn, or teach them. So leading by example. So these are the some of the qualities, or maybe more, which you admire and you want to build in it yourself. Okay. So I want to be honest with my team, and I want to always give them transparency in terms of what work we are going to do, or how do I advocate for my team to my client. Okay, my team is doing great job, they are not at fault, and I become their shield. If they are doing some mistake, I become their shield and tell them that to tell the client it was my mistake, or it I will take care of it, something like that. So those are some of the qualities that as a leader I have also nurtured myself, and I try to kind of convey to you as well. So focus on the larger vision, not the details. Think like a leader, not a doer. So I talked about the doer part earlier. So studies show that women are more of doers than the thinkers, or than the leaders. So this is what studies say. They are more focused towards the execution part than the planning part. Okay, that is why the strategic leadership, or that is why the senior leadership which are forming the strategies do not have women there, a lot of women over there, because we tend to focus on the numbers, on the details, and okay, give me the requirement to the detail, and then I will execute it to perfection, 201%, without any defects. So that is a kind of mentality, or that is a kind of nature that we have as women. So we have to kind of think about it all the time. So these are the pointers which are there, which you need to think about all the time and work on it. Okay, so it is not going to change in one night, and as I said, at 12:30 we are not will not be the great leaders. So we will be kind of keeping these things in mind. Okay, I don't want to be a doer, I want to understand the larger vision, why this requirement has come to me, what is the end user going to do with my website, what is this button click all about. So these things, think like, focus on larger vision, focus on the strategies, focus on the execution of strategies, not the tasks. Okay, so that is what is one of the steps that we can follow. Don't let anyone keep you from taking the stage. You must stand up for your views and vision. As I said, ladies, you need to feel within yourself that you deserve it. You deserve the promotion or the opportunity, or uh, going there, talking there, and then only it will happen. So stand up for your views and vision. So if it is a meeting room situation, if you are standing for your point, be there and stand for it and talk about it, and your confidence is going to help you to a large extent. Okay. Okay. um, okay, some food for thought over here. So Rosa Parks is a civil rights activist in USA, and she has said this: I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing that what must be done does away with fear. So it is just that mentally we are ready to take the stage. We have reached that stage where we want to think about some points which will help us to take the stage, and now we can move forward to other things. Or making your mind is the most important thing. You have made your mind, that is the half battle won. Okay, now these are the points which we talked about. So tell me, ladies, maybe some more raised hands. So do you think that these points will help you to take the stage, and this is relevant to you, and you're ready to take the stage now? Okay, maybe. So so it is all in the mind right now. So we have kind of mentally we have decided, okay, I want to take the stage, and now it is time to start the preparation. And preparation is your script, your voice, your presence, your clothes, your appearance that you are going to work upon. Okay, thank you, ladies. I have 210 raised hands. Okay, so we'll quickly talk about some challenges that we. Okay, what do you mean by script, guys? So when I say a script, the way we talk, the words that we use, as a lady, and not as a, I'm not saying in general, but we are only talking about the traits that we have as a girl in me. So we tend to use some weak verbs and weak portrayal of ourselves. Sometimes we tend to do that, and I'm not saying this is, as the poll said, it is you might have varied views, because we have 900 participants over here, so it is like everyone will have their own views. I'm not saying this can be very applies to everyone, but you observe yourself. Okay, now from today onwards, I have some exercises as well for you. So now today onwards, you observe yourself. How do you communicate with your peers, your counterparts, and everyone else? Okay, uh, do we really do that? So I want to just make you conscious and give this to you today, that we do this, and you start observing yourself from this moment onwards. Okay, what are you exactly doing with your verbs, with your language, and how are you presenting your ideas? So when you're talking in your peer group, that I have some idea, or let us do this. So when you are working in a project team, when you are suggesting something to your peers, okay, let us try this, let us try that. So in that case, how do you kind of portray yourself? How do you use the words? So let us talk about that more. So weak portrayal of self, qualities in self, sorry. Qualifiers and apology. Okay, so this is a very important thing. I'll talk more about this. Emotionalism, mincing modifiers. So these are some of the things that we do quite often, girls. So what we do is we talk something like this. Okay, I think we should be doing a particular thing, or I think. So we start with I think, because I'm not sure whether it is correct or not. Okay, so that is why I will put something, some modifiers, or some padding over there, that okay, let me be cautious, that while proposing something, let us be cautious. So or something like this: I am sure you would know this, but let me tell you. Okay, so this is what we tend to do, and you kind of start observing it. If you have observed it now, you good for you. But these are some of the things that we do. Okay, so here are some of the examples. How do women undercut themselves when they speak? We often ask permission to speak. We are more likely to ask questions than to make assertions. So is it really going to happen? Can we do this? Can we go to the market and purchase this particular board for our project? Or can we not do something for our project? So it is always, most of the times it is questions, and we have some purpose behind that. We do not want to hurt anyone. Do not want to portray ourselves as we are kind of overriding someone's decision. So that is again inbuilt, and we have to keep that in mind for sure. So we use modifier, as I was telling. I would like to say something, I'm a bit concerned, or I'm sorry to say, but I want to say. So all the modifiers are there. So observe your emails that you are writing, observe your communication that you are doing, and see how much you use such modifiers. I feel, I trust, I hope. I'm not sure if you are aware of, you might already know of this. So these are some of the things that we tend to use, and this is in case of women that we do more. And what happens because of this? If we use this, our script is going to go weak. Okay, if I am standing in front of an audience of 100 and I am saying, okay, I think I'm not sure if you already know this, but I want to say this. Why would people listen to you guys? Why would they be interested in understanding what you are trying to say? If you are not sure about yourself, if you are not sure if they know or not know, so this is going to make your script weaker. We apologize too much, sometimes it happens. So I'm giving you this task today to observe other ladies to talk, and how do they go about it. So we had a poll for this as well. We are at 12:13. Do we want to do that, or we can do a poll for next one? I think. Okay, because I have one more task
Okay,
over here.
we'll take that poll first. 1
Okay,
minute only. So,
okay, fine.
huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. We can do that.
Okay, I'm starting.
Okay,
Participant, please reply fast. Hurry up, another 20 seconds. Okay, should I stop?
yeah, we can.
I'm sharing the result.
Okay, sure. Okay, nice. So we have 25% saying yes. So question was, do women use many weak verbs in their script? 25% say yes, 36% say moderately, 24% say partially, and 22% say no. Wow. Okay. So very nice. I think it is equally distributed, or moderately kind of has more percentage over here, which is 36%. So thanks for all the votes, and thanks for your opinion, which is again reflecting that we might do this, and we need to stop using weak modifiers, and which will help. I will just quickly ask you something, or maybe this is your experience and I am sharing this. So when there are two girls, and a boy who have just appeared for an exam and come out of the exam room, and one girl says, yes, I should have studied more. Maybe I got two questions wrong. I need to do better preparation for the next paper. The second girl says, yes, I am kind of, I also need to do better. I could not write 2 3 questions and everything. So girls are more worried about their results here, and they are very sincere to kind of appear their test papers. And the boy comes in and says, okay, I'm going to top the class, I'm going to get the top grades. uh, Although everyone knows that this boy is attended uh, maybe 5 lectures in a year or something like that, but this guy is so confident for his at least to showcase that what he's trying to get. Okay, another example I will tell you. um, so um, uh, in the corporate world, if a man is successful and go and congratulate him, okay, congratulations on your award, and mm, how did you do this? I mean, it is really cool. Congratulations, how did you do this? So he will say, are you kidding? I'm made for this. I'm made for the success. Okay, so I'm awesome. I'm already awesome, so that is why I got this success. Okay, but what will a woman reply? Can you think of that? If I go to a woman congratulating her for her award, so what will she say? She will say, I have done all the hard work, some people helped me a lot, it was really a teamwork that I did, and credit goes to my team and really not me, so I would like to thank my team. So this is something that is very generally observed. Okay, and I'm not saying there is something very bad in it, or very we need to get away from it completely, but we need to own our own success, guys. We need to at least say, okay, I have done my work well, I have performed well, that is why I have got this award, and it is not because of someone else that I have been favored, or I've got lucky, or something like that. So it is your responsibility to own your success. So let me remind you, no one gets a promotion, that project opportunity, if they don't think they deserve it. So you if you don't ask for it, they will not give you. Very simple. And women systematically underestimates themselves. So that is a general observation that is there, and we just have to keep this in mind and kind of work on it. As far as script is concerned, I want you to kind of work on this, and let us see how your result uh, aligns with this. Okay. uh, I want you to write a script. Okay, for yourself. You will have to keep it to yourself right now, because we cannot share it. Maybe we can share it on a mail or something after this. But I want to write uh, I mean, I want you to write a script on some automation idea that you want to propose. So your team is sitting in a room, there are 8 team members sitting in a room, and you have an automation idea which will save a lot of efforts for your team and deliver your product before its end date. Okay, so that is your task for the day, that you have to write that script. Why do you want to propose that idea, and how useful it is? I want you to think about how are you going to sell that idea. It needs to be a selling script. Okay, it needs to be a selling script. And why? And it needs to have really strong words. It should not have, I think, you must be aware of, and all those things. So when, if you are not aware of this particular module of writing strong script, what would you have you have written? And after knowing these pointers, what are things you are writing? So I just want to know that. So I'll just give you a quick pointers over here. So leaders focus on messages. So always emphasize your message and develop it convincingly. Clarity of thought needs to be there while writing your script. It is not only important to go on the stage and have that all confidence, but you need to have a message. You need to have the clarity of thought, what you're going to talk about. Okay, now I'm going to give you a template. So I'm going to teach you something like a classroom. So this is a template that we have, where you have to write the introduction. So this is what you can use in your professional life as well going forward. And this need not be a formal script. Huh? It can go with a restaurant table or an elevator talk or anything. So you have to just keep these points in mind. It can go in casual script as well. Okay, so it will have an introduction, which is a verbal handshake with audience, the message, the main point that you want to give, you want to talk about, and one point at a time, guys, one point at a time. Don't mix a lot of things in one script. Okay, and structure with smaller details. So if the main point is automation, then the structure will have details like what benefits will it give, how many hours will it save, why do we need this, what skills do we need for this. So this can be the structure of that script when you are talking to people. And call to action. Okay, now what we have to do next to execute this particular idea. Okay, so this what is this going to how is this going to help you is to convince your point very strongly, and to show people that how good is your thinking, how good is your preparation, and how strong is your script. Okay, so this template is going to help you for that. You can just write down those points and practice it in your daily life as well, when you are talking casually with your peers or talking about something which is important. Just try to practice this template. Okay, so we will quickly have these things over here, which are these are the points which you have to do after the session. Okay, or keep on doing it every day to make your script stronger. Okay, analyze your messages which you are sending to your friends, your peers, your professional messages, your emails that you are sending in professional world. Listen to your own recorded voice messages. This is the best thing you can do, best practice you can do for preparing for any of the session. Listen to your own recorded voice messages, or voice. I'm giving this session, so I may want to record it first and then listen to it. Okay, I'm not doing good here, let's practice this more. So these are some of the pointers which I want you to take away and kind of work on it, so that you create your script stronger than what you are doing it today. Okay, keep a journal in which you perform an audit of your language patterns. How do you use your language, whether you are using a lot of fillers like or okay, that is what I'm using today. So whatever things, whatever fillers you are using, or whatever sentences you are using, are you making any grammatical mistakes, are you repeating a lot of sentences, or so things like that. So those are the language patterns that you have to work on. Opportunities so as I said, look for opportunities to create a script. It can be with your friends, with your parents, with your colleagues, whoever. So do not leave this opportunity to interact with people and create the script using the template that I have just suggested. Cautiously edit weak words out of your daily script. So this is everyday exercise, girls. This is everyday exercise. You do not have to even write a script for this. So just observe yourself, how many times you are using I think, or I should, so I'm sorry, or I should not be saying this, but I'm still proposing this. So just observe yourself and work on it. Think of using strong script every time you speak. Okay, and master the scripting template. So we just talked about the scripting template, and I hope that helps you. Power of voice. So we talked about it in the beginning, that how the voice will help you to convey your message strongly. So you have kind of you have kind of made your mind to take the stage. Then you have created a script for yourself. Now you're going forward and talking to people. You are going forward and presenting that thing to the audiences. How does that help you? How what all preparations do you need? So one of the thing is definitely voice. You cannot use your timid or your soft voice, girl's voice, soft girl's voice over there. You have to prepare yourself with unlocking the power of your voice. Okay, so this is a nice quote that I have put for you. So it is, I mean, you can read it for yourself. Just okay. So we have again questions. So each module we are trying to see what we are going to address. And so and those questions and the steps that we can take to address our challenges. So I'll start again with some of the questions over here. So tell me one thing. um, do you remember any leader, any women lead? So we are talking about women leaders over here who has a strong voice, strong presentation skills, and I mean, when I talk about strong voice, does someone's name come to your mind, or you think of some leaders? Hands please, because we cannot type the names of leaders. I think we have many of them. We have Indira Gandhi used to talk very strongly. We have many other leaders. Yeah, thank you, girls. Yeah. Yeah, so voice made a lot of difference in their case, right? Voice, I mean, even their script presence and everything was very, very important, and it was giving a message, but their voice played a lot important role in their presentation. So I'm just trying to help you over here. So are you? So we'll do some introspection for ourselves, whether we are using that natural voice to project leadership. So when it is observed that when ladies are asked to speak on the stage, they tend to kind of have a natural voice, or some formatted voice that they have because of the nervousness that they might feel. So we will just try to introspect over here. In what situation do you speak most powerfully? So I'm sure when we are comfortable enough, we are, say we are at home, we are talking to our parents, we are talking to our family, at that time we are very free of speaking powerfully, speaking our minds. But do we do the same things in professional world? Whenever I have to project an idea, I have to say something, do I come across as a strong leader, or just okay, the voice will play a big role over here? Think back to your youth and childhood. What experience caused you to alter or suppress your voice, natural voice? So let's have some pointers over here which will help you all to keep the power of your voice. And if you do not have, let's unlock the power of your voice. Speak more often in meetings without being asked. Okay, it is kind of take the stage, and you will discover it gets easier with time. Relax and breathe freely. So you can you know that you have a big presentation coming up, or you have a meeting coming up, or you have some important event coming up, or any, I mean, even in day-to-day life. So whenever you are in such a situation where you have to present something, you have to talk about something important, just relax and breathe freely first, and then go forward and talk about it. Turn up the volume and send out the sound freely. So these are some of the very important pointers that you can use for yourself. Articulate clearly. Even if your voice is good, you have to have your articulation done properly. And check your voice for the phone calls as well, because the presentation that is there, one face to face, and phone calls are different games altogether. Okay, we'll talk about the challenges for dynamic presence. So, as I said, when you are taking the stage, you are coming in front, you need to have that presence, dynamic presence over there, and have your body language talk about it. Okay, so the challenges that we ladies face with the dynamic presence, or overall presence, I would say, are these: demeaning body language, focus more on self appearance than script, closed hands and legs, and sit like a lady syndrome. So I will talk a little bit about these points. So what have you observed your male colleagues or classmates, or whoever male candidates are there around you? How do they sit? How do they carry themselves in meetings, in seminars, or in group discussions, or anywhere that is important for us to take the stage and all? So they're more relaxed, so they will sit with open hands, open legs, and they will kind of portray that body language where people can approach them, or they can be more confident of themselves to talk. So the body language, or the way you sit and stand, is just the preparation of how you present yourself. Okay, it is just the first step towards how you are going to walk onto the stage and talk about it. So we all will have to work on that. All have to work on the demeaning body language, or the way we compress ourselves sometimes. So those are the things which are being observed in ladies. And we are more conscious on what am I wearing, how my hair is looking, how my makeup is looking, how my eyes are looking. So these are some of the things which we might focus on during our presentation day, or during when I have to ask, I have to stand and ask a question in a meeting or put a point forward. I will, do I think twice, how am I looking today? Does that drive whether to ask a question in a meeting? So those are the things, because women tend to kind of, we have that natural tendency to get liked by all, or look beautiful all the time, and present it that way. So just let me know, guys, I mean, do you think that we focus, or girls in general focus on their appearance more than, I mean, not than script always, but yes, they have a lot to do with their appearance when it comes to taking the stage? Are they really going forward and taking the stage without even caring about what am I wearing and how do I look? Can we raise hands? Okay. Okay, thank you. So yes, I think we I am sure you're getting the point that I'm trying to say. Closed hands and legs. So we sit cross-legged, and we sit with closed hands. And closed gesture means you are not open for suggestions and open for discussions. So this we need to work a little on our body language to be confident ourselves. Okay, and the last point is about sit like a lady syndrome. So I want to show you something over here. uh, I'll go to that. Sorry. ah, okay. Um, so this is some study that is there. So it is called Sit Like a Man. Okay. So this is again a study which says when you sit like a woman, too much ladylike, crossing legs, demeaning body language, demeaning posture, then it causes pain on your knees and all. So this is another side to it. This is physiotherapy side of it. But and when you sit more like a man, your body gesture or body posture remains nice, and you tend to have less pains in your joint. So this is one of the kind of helping document that I have found for you all, that how to sit and how to show that confident body language. So we'll go to our questions. So these are some questions. Do you what does it mean by to have a presence of a leader? What role does physical presence play when a woman speaks? In what situation do you have difficulty achieving a powerful leadership presence? So we talked about it a little bit. Let us go to the pointers, or the solution that we might want to work upon. First and foremost thing is having an eye contact with your audience. That is the most important thing that you have to work on. Open body language, you should not be standing steadily. I mean, this module is more like more of a practical module, where I actually show girls how to stand, how to sit, and how to talk when and how to stand and talk when you are giving a presentation. So it is, I mean, some of the pointers are already given over here. Stand and sit tall and speak with strong natural gestures. If we have closed hands all the time, it will not work, ladies. You have to have natural gestures, open hands, and always kind of use your body language more to convey your message strongly. Okay. So some exercises again. So how part is always about the exercise. Observe yourself frequent times throughout the day. Decide which aspect of leader's presence you have to work on, because if I know that I lack something, I lack, say, strong language maybe, or I'm not able to talk grammatically correct, then I have to work on that. And I have to work on the presence of open body gestures. So let us practice that. Keep a journal of your experiences. List when where in your daily life you have opportunities to achieve a dynamic presence. So it is not only the presentations, it is when you are at your workplace as a professional, your body language matters a lot. It portrays your character. Okay. And this is something that I have got for you. She's a COO of Facebook, and we need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard, heeded, not overlooked and ignored. So that was it. I think one statement I would like to make to close it, that ladies, just keep in mind that you need to have a very challenging and fulfilling job to go and work every day, because at a stage of one stage of life, it becomes very difficult to leave your
Hello?
family or a kid over
हो करता है
at home and go to office. So
हो
till
करता
that point of time, till that stage comes in your life, make sure that your job is totally fulfilling and you look forward to going to office every day. And these are some of the things which we you can really use to make your job satisfying and fulfilling and worthy to sacrifice some things for. Thank you everyone. That was it from my side. Do we have time to play a 4-minute video, Maure sir?
yes ma'am, yes ma'am, you can
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just pause.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm trying to play the video.
Um, Madam, can you please first of all stop this PPT so that that will be visible. Please. Hello.
Pa- Pass the PPT.
You can stop the PPT first and then share that video screen.
Acha, okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
And
Uh,
please just remove your mic cord so
yes,
that that will be.
yes, I have done that.
uh, Priti madam,
Ah,
till then, can I take the third and fourth poll so that means we will be
yes,
ready
please,
then?
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Participants, I am again starting the third poll. So please give the poll in a 1 minute. I'm just launching that. Please hurry up, since we don't have more time. So just this poll you have to complete in a 1 minute only. Priti madam?
Yes, I can see.
Ah. I think your PPT is not stopped yet. She's the PPT is right now. I can see.
There's a method behind the magic.
Yeah, 1 second.
What does AI mean for business leaders?
My PPT is still visible.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Does this mean that maximum people are saying that they are using their voice powerfully, right? 10 is that.
Okay,
Is
so participants, I'm launching the last poll. Please just give that poll in 1 minute. Please hurry up. So, ma'am, this is a last poll.
okay. So help me understand what does 10 mean?
10 means maximum.
So
1 means minimum.
okay, do you undercut yourself in terms of body language? So 10 means yes, right? Okay, fine. Thank you, Maurya sir. So
You can
I
start
would,
the video.
yeah, I would just need these results later. So
Okay.
yeah. Now I'll share the screen. Is it visible?
And for business manager.
Should I start, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
How can it be convenient? Visit our website startupstories.in for more inspirational stories and updates from the startup world.
I left India 35 years ago, went on to the United States, and we had tremendous success in that meritocracy. But none of that could have happened if I hadn't had a wonderful upbringing very much here in India. So I have a lot to thank India for. I joined PepsiCo when she was 18 months old, and I lived in the company. I just worked all the time. And how did I do it? Huge number of sacrifices, huge number of sacrifices, trade-offs. And I think through it all, I might be a CEO today, and I have to remind myself of what I lost. It says, "Dear Mom, I love you. Please come home. Please, 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 please come home. I love you, but I love you more if you came home." This is my 4 or 5-year-old writing these notes. First, please be a lifelong student. When we are kids, we ask questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is the bird flying so high? But for some reason, as we get older, that curiosity goes away. And if we're happy with the knowledge we have, then we are actually going to atrophy. So please remain a lifelong student. Don't lose that curiosity. Second, Whatever you do, throw yourself into it. Throw your head, heart, and hands into it. I look at my job not as a job. I look at it as a calling, as a passion. And I don't care about the hours. I don't care about the hardship. So whatever you do, please look upon it as a calling and a passion, not as a job, not as something temporary. The third and the most important one, please help others rise. Greatness comes not from a position, but from helping build the future. All of us in positions of power have an obligation to pull others up. The fourth skill I'd say is consistency. It's important that leaders are consistent. You can change your mind, but change your mind against a consistent framework. Because if you're not consistent, people are always second guessing what you're doing. So be consistent. And the last skill is your compass. Integrity is critical in this job. You can be competent, you can be courageous, have confidence, be a great communicator, be consistent. But if you don't have integrity, that compass doesn't point true north. I look at my responsibility not as accepting an honor. I look upon it as accepting a challenge and a responsibility, an obligation to actually make it possible for the people who are younger to come up and achieve levels of greatness so they too can be on the stage sometime in the future.
Yeah, that is it from my side, sir.
How do you learn a subject or skill in half the time? Let's do it.
I request participants, if you are having any questions, please put it in chat box.
Navale madam?
Yes,
Till,
yes.
till then, can we take the feedback from Pradhan madam?
Yes,
Dr. M.A. Pradhan madam?
Yes, yes, 1 minute. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Dr. Pradhan, ma'am, from computer department.
Hello, madam. Am I audible?
Can you share your feedback, ma'am?
Yes, yes. First of all, a very big thank you to Priti, because all participants will agree with me. She has spoken the words which were there in our heart. And all these years, I was not able to understand that why I'm a big fan of Sushma Swaraj or why I'm a very big fan of Indira Noy. Today, madam, I got the answer for that, because they are the women with strong script. And definitely, I'm very sure about it. All the ladies participant in today's workshop have already started observing themselves and going to work on to make their script strong. Let me tell you that when I have been asked just 2-3 minutes back, like you have to give feedback, the first thing which has come into my mind is that I should go and see in mirror, make my hairs properly. And the moment you have started saying the other point, I decided no, my strong script is more important than my physical appearance. So thank you very much. And that is what it was very convincing, very encouraging, very inspiring, and also it is practicable. Okay, because always we heard about many speeches and all, but implementing or following it was very difficult. So very big thank you. And also thank you to all the organization for arranging such a fantastic uh, lecture and a very good coordination and arrangement. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradhan madam.
No. Gajal, ma'am. Yes, Dr.
Yeah,
Gajal,
hello, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Please share your views.
Hello.
Yeah, hi ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah. First of all, I'm really thankful to Priti madam for a nice session.
And just you said that one. First of all, good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Priya Gajal, working as Associate Professor in Mechanical Department. The main important, I just want to share you that as you told that there is no age to start a career. It's really very true. It happened with me also after marriage. Then with 2 kids, I've completed my PhD. And now actually I started my career at the age of nearly 36 or 37 something. Earlier I was doing the job, but just to go for, I'm handling the home and handling the family and all that. Later on, when they are grown up and all that, I typically, with free mind, I started with all my teaching abilities and all that. And just want to share you that you have shared in the session that which is really appreciable, that we can start still as there is no age bar. And main important, you discussed about the posture to be maintained in seminars or conference or meetings, which is really important, because whenever I started with meeting and all that, what you said, we will see first how our dress up, what is our hair, how I'm speaking well, is I'm audible to all and all that. But we should concentrate on our works, what we are using, and we should concentrate on our talk, what we are doing for this one. And very important is eye contact. And the main important, I just want to share, and really I want to get your view on this one, that when we are leaving kids at home and going for work, it's okay when we are coming at time and all that, it's okay. But really when we get late in the offices and with some work and all that, we get disturbed. Whatever meetings and also we are just seeing the timing, oh, it's late. My kids are alone here and all that. But after your session, we have to manage all that thing,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
very important. Yeah.
I,
And
I have faced that too. So
yeah, same. Yeah. If anything is getting late, or no, at what time I'll reach, it will be too late. My kids are at home,
yeah,
they are going out or not, and we have disturbed, and really we get disturbed in that. But anyways, we have to come above all this thing, because we are working and we have a responsible, and we have to be a responsibility in some other. And it takes a time, because before marriage or after marriage, what the confidence I had, and later on with family and all that, I lose that confidence. But slowly it is picking up now when I've started really doing the work again. So it has now growing, that confidence and all that, which is lacked before that one. But 2 years it is growing. So it totally depends, I think, ourselves, how we were prepare ourselves.
yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
and thank you for your session, because it has given us the confidence. Ki, theek hai, we are having a family, but we are having a different responsibilities also, and we have to tackle both the things. And as you said, God has given that confidence in ourselves, and we have to deal with that one.
Yeah, true.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very
Thank,
much. Yes.
thank you, Gajal ma'am. I do agree with Dr. Pradhan ma'am and Dr. Gajal ma'am on what they said, that we have really increased our confidence after this session. And may I request Dr. Deshpande ma'am to share her feedback? Deshpande ma'am. Okay. I think ma'am, she's not audible. We'll move to question answer sessions.
Yeah.
Yes, one minute.
Yeah, a very good afternoon to one and all. It was a very live and interactive session, and I thoroughly enjoyed. Even after more than to introduce myself, I have more than 30 years of experience, and still it was an eye opener for me, because in my introduction for 10 years I have never mentioned that I have done my postdoctorate. So it was one of our principal, he mentioned that he used to introduce, she's a postdoc from the United States. And since then I have started adding. So now I understand why I did not highlight my achievement. Yes, thank you, ma'am, so much. It was a great learning. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
And
very
thank you for all the team and organizers too. It is, we are grateful to you, all of you.
Yes.
Navle madam?
Yes, sir. 1 minute. Participants, if you're having any questions, please put it in chat box. Ma'am, there is one question. Hello, ma'am. Priti, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Priti, ma'am. Hello, Priti, ma'am. Hello, Mauri, sir.
She is there. She will.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Now, madam, she is disconnected. She is joining. Please wait.
Okay. Okay,
Please,
sir. Okay.
Hello.
Huh, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm here.
There is one question that many times we come across men who always keep on dominating women, saying they have to just do the households and cannot do the office work better than men. Could you please tell how to deal with such men?
Okay. I think it is pretty situation dependent, I would say. So I will not give a lot of gyan over here, but on the professional front, I can say a few things that if you are facing such dominance from professional side, then you have to kind of talk against it or talk about it to your managers, to your peers, and if you are getting that bashing from male colleagues just because you are a woman in the professional world and you are their colleagues, you should talk about it. That is the only thing that I will suggest for now. On personal front, I won't go into those things because it is the situation is different at every household and everywhere. So I would
Yes,
just talk. I will just restrict it to a professional level.
yes, ma'am. Really true.
Yeah.
There's another question. How to improve decision power? Situation is difficult. Brain or mind? How we have to make or improve our decision power?
Decision making goes hand in hand with experience as well, I would say, and observation. So these are the two things. I will not say that junior people cannot take decisions just because they do not have experience. It is both sides, I think. So if you are a good observer, you know how people are taking decisions or how people will behave in any situation if the decision is X or Y. So it is a mixture of observation and experience. That is what I feel.
Okay, ma'am. There's one more question. I think it is how to boost your confidence level if you have language and vocabulary issue. Because the participant is saying, I normally go blank in front of large crowd and forget whatever is there in mind, and I
Right,
want to
right.
convey.
Yeah, very, very common problem, I think. a very common
Yeah.
issue, and every one of us who have felt it would relate to it.
Mm.
So till the time you master your language or work on the vocabulary, so it is not going to happen in a day or so. But till that time, if you have to present something and things, so you have to prepare a lot. I would say preparation is the only key. So you know that something has to be talked in English and you are not very comfortable with the language. You need to work on your script that is there, and prepare like anything. Just say and say your speech, say it 100 times. So preparation in terms of writing, in terms of talking, in terms of presenting. So the more you practice, the more your presentation will be better. So till the time you master your language, you learn it properly, and that will be by talking again, practicing the language. But till that time, preparation is the key. That's what I would say.
Yes, ma'am. There's one question from participant that uh, she want to ask whether our sitting posture really it affects uh, the person who is sitting in front of us, whether it reflects our
Yes,
confidence level
confidence
or
level. Yes, definitely, definitely. It the overall posture, not only sitting posture, I would say, but the overall posture of your body reflects your personality. That is the simple equation. So whenever you are sitting crouched or less confident or cross leg, closed hands in front of someone and making your point, trying to make your point, it will not be accepted. Let me tell you that. So I mean, you need to portray your confident self, and then only that comes. So that as we all know, some studies say that 70% is body language, 20% is script, and 10% how you say it. So 70% is the body language of the speaker that people look at, or speaker in the sense overall, the way we carry ourselves. So you need to work on your sitting posture, standing posture, and overall body language.
Madam, Navale madam,
yes,
you should
yes,
conclude
sir.
now.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Uh, Really, ma'am, it was very good session. You have covered many points: how to take stage, develop a mindset, how we have to be confident while highlighting your accomplishments, create a character for yourself that reflects the leadership quality you admire. It was really a good session. How we have to keep our eye contact, body language, how we have to sit, stand, okay, that will reflect our confidence in us. Okay, it was really a wonderful session, ma'am, and I hope all the participants have uh, really they have got a knowledge from this and they have built their confidence.
Thank you
I
very
would
much.
like to
Uh, uh,
thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time which you have shared with us.
Thank you.
Now, can I ask all the participants to start your video so that we can take a selfie?
Oh, that's a
All
nice one.
participants, start your video. Thank you very much all for your cooperation and patience listening. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Now I am closing this meeting. Thank you very much.